here, when he takes that step to the right, he switches on a dime. And he's in a southpaw stance, and he hit him with a nice clean left hook that opened that cut up over his eye.
And what you'll see here is Ward starting to look to the referee, Pat Russell. And he's just pot-shotting him now. Not only is Pudwill, you see Ward waving to the referee, and Pat Russell basically stopped this fight when Andre Ward asked him to.
Yeah, there was, and clearly at this juncture, Shelby Pudwill was not defending himself very well, and he didn't want to quit, so he wasn't going to. But Pat Russell, realizing that this young man was not going to present too much more of a problem for Andre Ward. So we're ready to get the official announcement. Let's do that right now from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 16 seconds in round number 3. Our referee in charge, Pat Russell, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of knockout and still undefeated, Andre S.O.G. Ward.
So Andre Ward gets his 20th win as a professional, does it in style with his TKO win over Shelby Pudwill, and used a variety of attacks, as Steve pointed out, to get the job done, and did it in a very efficient way, Antonio.
Yes, he did. And when I look at Andre Ward, I see a fighter that's peaking at the right time. When you look at Miranda, how he got through that fight, impressed all of us, and then you look at him tonight, put on a showcase. He's peaking at the right time, and I think he's more than just a sleeper for the Big Six.
Okay, good endorsement from Antonio Tarver. Let's go up to Steve Farhood.
Andre, this was a tune-up, but the most important thing, I guess, is that you come out of it. No cuts, no hand injuries. Are you totally fine?
Yeah, I'm totally fine. It was a great victory. I felt good. My opponent, Pudwill, was very game. You know, he was fighting a defensive fight, so and he was swinging hard. He was, he was trying to set me up for some shots, but, we were victorious. I came out well, and as far as I know, Kessler did too, so it's on November 21st.
Well, that's what we want to talk about, the tournament. We're so glad that we're finally getting to this point, that everything worked out well for both you and Kessler today. Let's talk a little bit about Kessler. Yesterday we spoke that you consider him, deservedly so, the favorite in this fight. That makes you the underdog.
Right, absolutely. Well, I definitely consider myself the favorite in our fight, but I think he's one of the best super middleweights out there. That's what I meant to say. So, absolutely, he's the best, taking nothing away from him. I mean, at this level, there is no weak link. It's the best against the best, and then, you try to prove yourself and see, who's the last man standing. That's what it's all about.
Now, I spoke to Andre Durrell on the air a little while ago. He has to go over to England to fight Froch. Right. You're fighting in California. You're fighting in your home when you fight Kessler. How much of a difference is that to you?
That's a huge difference. I mean, first of all, I believe that's favor from God, man. That's truly favor. Second of all, it's a testament to my team, Antonio Leonard, Dan Goossen, and James Prince. They're working tirelessly to be able to make something like that happen. I mean, technically I'm supposed to be going over there, but we made it happen where he's coming over here, so I'm excited. And it's in my hometown, so that's the icing on the cake right there.
It seems to me that one of the greatest things about this tournament is that all 6 fighters are entering the tournament kind of on a high. A couple of world champs. You had the Miranda fight. Discuss the timing of this in terms of your career.
It couldn't be better. It's excellent. Nobody believes they can lose. I mean, the only guy that's in the tournament that may have some doubt is Jermaine Taylor. But at the same time, he's trying to get back to superstardom, and he wants that championship status, so he's definitely one to be taken seriously.
Last thing, Andre, Kessler's a very well-rounded fighter. I know you respect him a great deal. Discuss a little bit about what you're going to have to do to beat him.
Just briefly, he's very fast. He's proven to be, a great champion over the years. He's only lost to another great champion in Joe Calzaghe, so I'm going to have to bring my A game and be better than him November 21st, and we plan on doing that. And really quick, I just want to give a shout-out to Nick Charles and Joshua Sensley. They're 2 guys that are fighting the fight of their life right now. They're both going through chemo, and I just want to let you guys know that I'm praying for you. You guys are an inspiration to me because you're staying positive in the midst of this kind of fight. So I want to give you a shout-out, and to my wife, I want to honor her because without her, I wouldn't be able to do my job.
Andre, you're a class act. We wish you all the luck in the tournament.
Thank you so much.
Back to Al.
Well, thank you, Steve. And Andre Ward demonstrating very much there a bunch of different things, I think. Steve is right. He is a class act. And he's a young man that's very focused and I think very good at analyzing what is in front of him. Will that help him against a veteran like Kessler?
I think it will. I mean, when the going gets tough, we all have to lean on a spiritual higher power. And I think he's well grounded. I mean, when he talks about his wife, and his spiritual belief. I mean, that's a mark of a great champion and a great superstar for the game of boxing. He represents the sport very, very well.
All right, he does indeed do that. Steve Farhood is back here with us. And, Steve, as we look ahead now, and we've been doing that to the Ward-Kessler possibility and the tournament in general, tell me your thoughts on your excitement about the tournament and that particular fight.
Well, for starters, I'm excited that things went well tonight. No problems, no unexpected injuries or headbutts. Both guys won. Both guys looked good winning. I think tonight was perfect. As far as the tournament goes, I can't be more excited out. There's not a bad matchup to be had.
It really isn't.
It's coming at the right time. It's a great format, something unique. I can't wait.
And the fighters seem very invested in it as well. And I know you want to make some comments here at the end of the show.
I do, just to bring it full circle. Nick, we miss you. We want you back as soon as possible. We're all rooting for you. And we hope to see you again real soon here at the ringside table.
Well, we all certainly echo those sentiments tonight. A very good night, an interesting evening in which we brought you two super middleweight fights from two continents. And let's look back at what just did happen this evening. Mikkel Kessler in 56 seconds of round 4 with a TKO win.
And Mikkel Kessler goes into the tournament as the favorite, and now he has a lot of momentum to go with that. He's the fighter to watch in the Super 6.
And then a half a continent away, here in Pechanga, it was the third round TKO at 216, a win for Andre Ward.
Yeah, and Pudwill put up just enough resistance to make it useful for Ward. This was an exhibition for Ward. He goes into the tournament exactly how he wants. He's on an even playing field with his first-round opponent, Mikkel Kessler.
All right, we want to remind you that Friday Night Showbox is the next event on the sports calendar. For the complete slate of events, visit sports.show.com. Well, that'll do it for this edition of Showbox, The New Generation. The executive producer of Showbox is Gordon Hall. Showbox is produced by Richard Gaughan and directed by Rick Phillips. For Steve Farhood, Antonio Tarver, and our entire crew, I'm Al Bernstein saying so long from Temecula, California.